Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we're diving into a game-changing concept that literally opened my eyes the first time I read about it. And it is Manson's law of avoidance. I know the title is really intense, but once I tell you what it is about, you're going to say, this is so real. Think about the times you avoided doing something. Maybe I don't know, applying for a job you really wanted to, having that tough conversation, or even speaking to a random stranger on the street. We've all been there. But what if I told you that avoiding doing all these things is actually what's keeping you stuck? Today we're going to talk about why this happens and, most importantly, how to break through it. So let's dive into it. So, Manson's law of avoidance. What exactly is it? It's really simple, but once you get it, it's a light bulb moment. So basically the law says that the more something threatens your identity, your sense of self, and the way you view yourself, the more you're likely to avoid it. Think about it. When you see yourself as someone who is confident and in control, you'll avoid situations where you might feel unsure or vulnerable. It's not because you can't handle it, but it's because it threatens your idea of yourself. We are literally wired to protect our identity. But here's the kicker. It's also true that the more you want to grow, the more you need to do things that are out of your comfort zone. It's the stuff that forces us to get out of our comfort zone that help us become our best self. Okay, so first of all, why do we keep avoiding stuff that actually make us grow? Okay, so why do we avoid the things that could help us the most? It's because of fear. It can be fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being uncomfortable. And I get it, discomfort is, uncomfortable. No one wants to be vulnerable or unsure. An example is myself. I used to avoid putting myself out there on social media because I thought, what if someone sees it? What if they don't like how I talk? Maybe they don't like my attitude. What if no one watches? But in reality, that was just me protecting my ego, protecting my identity of a person that has it all together. The truth is that by avoiding putting myself out there, I was only keeping myself stuck in the situation that I was. It was really difficult in the beginning because the thought that someone I know could see my videos terrified me. But at the same time, I said, okay, but if I don't do this, I can't become my highest self. I can't become the woman that I dream of. I can't pay everything that I want to do. So the fear of not becoming my best self brought me to the next level, where I started getting out of my comfort zone and saying, okay, I need to do this in order to grow. I'll do it no matter how scary it is. And here I am. When we avoid something, it's only because the potential of change scares us. And I know change is scary, but let's be real. It's also the only way to grow. You're not going to get stronger by staying in your comfort zone and doing the things that you always did. Remember,
if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
So you have to change, my dear. So now that we know why we avoid things, let's talk about how to overcome it. The first step is to recognize when you're doing it. You have to ask yourself, am I avoiding this because it's actually not important or it threatens my comfort zone? And once you recognize it, the next step is a mindset shift. Instead of seeing discomfort as a reason to back off, start seeing discomfort as the sign that you're on the verge of something big.
I said I want something big. I want something that says I'm here. Beyond.
Growth only happens when we push through uncomfortable moments. You have to understand this. And I have a trick for you. Next time you find yourself avoiding something, ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen? Most of the time, the fear isn't as big as we make it to be. Maybe you don't get a promotion, maybe someone doesn't want to talk to you back, but so what? You did nothing wrong, you didn't hurt anybody. You just learned and pushed yourself out of your comfort zone. And remember, the more you step outside of a comfort zone, the more it gets easier. Start small. Maybe it's picking up in a meeting, maybe it's trying something new, going to the cafe that you wanted to go so bad but you didn't want because you are all alone by yourself. Each time that you push past that fear, you build up confidence. And before you know it, the things that you used to fear the most are the things that you tackle head on. So here's the takeaway. Avoiding what's scary is natural. But at the same time, you have to recognize and be aware of the fact that is what keeps you stuck. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you grow, even just a little bit. You get stronger, and trust me, it's the most amazing feeling that you could have, because then you're building a constant positive feedback loop that each time you're doing something that it's outside of your comfort zone, you're learning, and that starts to build up and makes you confident. So this week, I challenge you to do something you've been avoiding. Maybe it's having that tough conversation, maybe it's going to a cafe all alone, maybe it's going shopping, maybe, I don't know. You have to put yourself out there in some way. Whatever it is, push through the discomfort, and I promise you, you'll get stronger on the other side. Let me know in the comments what you're going to tackle. I can't wait to hear you. I'm here rooting for you because I know that you can do it. And remember that the only thing that stays between you and your growth is your fear of discomfort. And girl, I know that you're stronger than that. Thanks for watching. I hope that today you learned something new, and make sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Bye! See you in the next one.